You know what one of my favorite words is? Indispensable. Let's talk about how to become indispensable today, and I think that this book, The Everyday Entrepreneur, covers that in good detail, so everything that I'm going to be talking about today is coming straight out of this book. As with every other Monday, I will be doing basically a book study every Monday, so stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Alright, so you want to be indispensable. What is the first thing you need to do? The first thing you need to do is get your image right. Dress to impress. Image is everything. People want to say you can't judge a book by its cover, but first impressions seal the deal. You want to look the part all of the time, because if you don't, then you are not going to be taken seriously by anybody. Who has ever been to, comment below, let me know, who has ever been to a important event, a bigger event with a bunch of highly dressed professionals in a cheap suit, maybe $5 to $100 suit. Who has ever done that? Tell me what looks you got when you did that. They're not the best looks. Nobody takes you seriously. Nobody wants to hear your story or know what you have to say. So please, I dare you, tell me image is not everything, because people do judge a book by its cover, and you need to know that if you want to become indispensable, because the first step to being indispensable is getting through the door and having people understand who you are and what you have to offer them. Ken Davenport has a quote, and The Everyday Entrepreneur says it, and it is, it's not just who you are, but who knows you. Who do you know? How do you leverage who you know? Because who you know creates the network of other people that can support you along the way. It creates the web of individuals, of business owners, of professionals around you that will get you to where you want to be. So start to really tweak who you know. Create your web of professionals based off of driven people. You want to have driven people so that driven people can find you. Don't wait for opportunities. Make them happen around you. I've said this before in other videos. There are always opportunities around you, whether they're active or inactive, whether they're passive or aggressive opportunities. You want to take the passive opportunities and make them aggressive. Strengthen the weak opportunities and make them powerful. Become who you want to be based on strengthening weak opportunities. And along the way, make your own luck. Remember, luck is created based off of momentum. It's created off of hard work. It's created based off of seeing opportunities in front of you and acting on opportunities. It's not luck. It's having the vision to see opportunities. And you need to have that perspective to see around you in the 360 angle so that you can see every opportunity around you. Even if taking that opportunity that's going to push you forward 1,000 steps requires taking one step back, you need to be able to see that. And that's why I say you need to have a 360 perspective around you of all the opportunities. And if you're going to do this, you need to know how to get around the gatekeepers. There are always gatekeepers no matter where you go. You want to be able to recognize who these gatekeepers are and get around them so that you can get to the actual owner, to the master of the industry, if you will. So that means if it's a receptionist, you need to know what to say to get around the receptionist. Or if it's someone, a security guard, you need to know how to get around the security guard to get to who you're trying to talk to. Now, there's one thing about being indispensable that you need to realize. It's that the work that you're doing matters. If you don't know that the work that you're doing matters, then people around you think that you're like everybody else. They think that you do have value. They think your value is much less than it is. You need to be invaluable, and you do this by knowing that what you're doing matters. It's not 70 hours of social media work, it's 70 hours of helping people. They say this in the book, and this really connected with me, especially as a marketer, because a lot of the times I get into this mode where I'm just spending time on social media, just talking to people, and I'm thinking there are several other things I could be doing, better things with my time. But in reality, spending the time with people, helping people, is what you're supposed to be doing with your time to grow your business. You need to make those connections. You need to improve your business, improve your network, improve your web, improve every person that you know, and keep building and building and building upon this web, because anybody you talk to could be the client that takes you off. So what this means is you need to be resourceful. So if you are spending 70 hours on social media, spend it resourcefully. That means doing the crazy things that people don't think about. Doing the things around you, such as creating content specifically for people, sending a message to somebody with, maybe in my part, it would be maybe a unique graphic design specifically made for them. Maybe it only took me 5 minutes, but putting that extra 5 minutes in the message is being resourceful, and it immediately draws their attention more than just sending a random message. And being resourceful also means eyeing who you're trying to talk to, getting to know them, doing ethical stalking, getting to know them so that when you send that first message, when you talk to them, you know enough about them to where you can strike up a conversation and you can pick out the similarities that you have and talk about those similarities. That is being resourceful. If you want to excel, you have to be indispensable. That's why I'm talking to you about this topic right now. You have to be indispensable. And one of the easy ways to do this is to learn people skills and remember people's names. Do you know how much of a weight it carries when you meet somebody one time and 2 months later you talk to them again and you still remember their name? Automatically you build that higher level of respect that you didn't have before just by remembering their name from 2 months ago. Not everybody does this, not everybody can do this. So if you want to learn people skills, just keep being awesome. Just keep being awesome, and people will notice you. People notice people with talent. People notice people that are consistent. People notice people that are different. Keep being you, keep being awesome, and people will notice. Okay, now let's talk about the good part about being indispensable. Being indispensable means you're going to be taking several successful risks. Do you know how much adrenaline you get when you take a successful risk? You're also going to be taking failed risk. You're going to jump and you're going to hit your face on the ground, and that's okay. But if you want to be indispensable, you have to look around you and you have to dive into each opportunity you see that's actually a good opportunity. And sometimes what will look like a good opportunity is not a good opportunity, but the people around you will still notice that you tried. The people, the gatekeepers, the successful professionals in your industry, they'll notice that you're just constantly trying. You're constantly trying. You may be failing, but you're trying, and you're trying to prove a point. And while you're failing, you're still getting better. You're getting better, and your clients will notice that you're getting better and you're improving. You may have a fall here or there, but you always pick yourself back up, and that's what people are looking for. And I think that even picking yourself back up gives you a huge energy rush once you get back into that grind and you realize, I fell and I'm back up. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready for round 2. I think that's a huge energy rush. And having that energy rush and leveraging that energy rush with your clients, with the people around you, that is going to create an image of you to them. And they're going to look at you and see the energy that you are portraying out to them, that it's nonstop, that it keeps going, that you're a fighter, you're a boxer, you're going to keep throwing punches no matter how hard you get beat down. They're going to look at that energy and they're going to say, man, I want to work with that guy, or man, I want that guy on my team. If you're trying to find a job, they'll be like, I want to hire that guy. That is the type of guy that I want in my business. If you want to be the person that's going to keep falling and keep getting back up, what you need to realize is that just because you're spending a lot of time on a project does not necessarily mean that you're going to win. Sometimes it's better to spend 40 hours on a project than 80 hours, because you can spend 40 hours of your refreshed mind on that project and spend the other 40 hours elsewhere on other projects, because you have more of a refreshed mind for those projects. And if you get too much into the grind mode, then your innovativeness is not entirely there and you're not entirely present in giving your project your all. So if you want to be indispensable, if you want to fall down and get back up, don't spend as much time as you think you should on the project. Spend maybe a little bit less time than you think you should. Because if you're spending 40 hours of good time in one project and 40 hours of good time in another project, it's better than 40 hours of good time in this project, 20 hours of okay time in the project, and 20 hours of bad time because you're just in the grind mode. So make sure that you spend your time wisely by refreshing yourself entirely for the project. So that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys tune in on Thursday for my more podcast style video that I'm working on. Let me know if you like the podcast style or if you like the video style. I want to know. Send me an email, snowbound.apothecary@gmail.com. One of these days I'll be getting rid of that Gmail and making it something like alex@snowboundapothecary.com, but we're not there yet, and one way we'll get there is by you hitting that like button, you hitting that subscribe button, you leaving me a nice comment down below, telling your friends about these videos and supporting me. So thank you for watching. Bye.